Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Adinda Galunurutami, and in this occasion, I want to present my selected articles about syntactical error analysis on report text, which written by Soraya Gabriela Dinamika and Ridwan Hanafiah. The first thing is issue raised. There is still found any syntax error in writing an English report text, which made by 20 students of English Literature Department, which is they are the participant of this research uh, in one of the University of Sumatra. And the justification why this article is worth to identify because the researchers want to educate the the student, the Indonesian student, because Indonesian student is English learner also. So the researchers want to avoid any mistakes in writing the English report text through this article. And the research gap. This research needs to another supporting theories beside the theory which has existed because so far so far in this research I found that there's only one theory that the researchers used. Well, and research aims. This research aims to investigate and classify the syntactical error in writing of report text which made by 20 students, same as before. Yeah, for so they want to investigate and classify the syntactical errors. Focus on the syntactical errors. And the theoretical framework. Based on this research, the lack of English structure knowledge of English literature department students is became a framework of this research. So that's the focus on this research. And the theory which is used is the theory analysis theory, which developed by Guest and Salinker in 2018, as it provides six appropriate investigation procedures, namely collecting data, identifying errors, classifying errors, quantifying errors, and analyzing errors and remediation. And okay, let's move on to the research methodology. In this research use a qualitative descriptive approach and the data collection. The participant is 20 undergraduate student of English Literature Department of one of the university in North Sumatra, class of regular A and B in the academic year of 2015 and 16, involved in this research. They were at the sixth semester and had passed the subject of writing and English structure as well, and they were assumed that they had achieved whole basic English grammatical skill. Moreover, the students were going to continue writing their final thesis to reach the bachelor degree, in which the final thesis journal in form of report text. And thus, the researcher took them as the participants. And each of the students was assigned to write a topic-based report text with the length of 150 up to 250 word in count. And the data analysis, the 20 students' writing sheets were respectively analyzed due to the six procedure of English. Um, yeah. After all of the data had been analyzed throughoutly, then it came to several findings. The typical syntactical error found in the student writing sheets were mostly the use of article in terms of omission and addition of articles, and the use of relative pronouns, and the use of subject-verb agreement in terms of the past tense agreement and the number agreement. and and also it's appropriate to be applied in the typical of classroom second language research, and it provides the analysis with the causing factor called interlanguage and intralanguage error. Well, the findings from this research, firstly, in relation to the result of article use error analysis, it is suggested for the students to learn more about the function of the article in sentence. Therefore, the students need to understand when they need to omit the unnecessary article and in what condition they need to add the necessary article, or even when to use no article at all. and it can the student can be reading more about the theory of English article, or maybe practicing more to write or read about English text stories, poems, movie scripts, or anything else. And secondly, due to the errors of relative pronoun, the student are required to have more understanding in using the relative pronoun relator. They have to learn to use the relative pronoun in different type of clause, for each relative pronoun relator has each own function in different clause context. Well, the teacher may ask the student to do the same practicing in using relative pronoun relator like directly when the student want to say two or more clauses at one time, so they could avoid redundancy in using clauses. And the thirdly, on the error of subject-verb agreement use, the students need to be consistent on the tenses from being used. Like for instance, when the student writes a text composition by using past tense form, apparently the next sentence fragment should be written in the same tenses and by using past tense form as well. Well, and the conclusion, it is concluded that the 20 students of department of the English student department still make syntactical errors in their report text writing results, and results appear to be the use of article is the most predominant errors, which comprises of 100 to 1005 errors or 50.2%, followed by the use of the subject verb agreement with the 117 errors or 47%, and followed by the use of the relative pronouns at least error, which comprises of 7 errors, 2.8%. In relation with the analysis of source of errors, the intralanguage error causes the most error with a count of 239 times of occurrences, while the interlanguage error occur for 10 times. This finding shows that the student cannot completely master and apply the grammar of English in terms of the syntactical function into their writing. In line with the result of analysis, the researcher has carried out several pedagogical remediation for the student based on problematic area of syntactical error. Well, that's all for me. Thanks for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.